Hello everyone and welcome back to Onca Wildlife Centre. It's been a while, but now I'm back from holiday and the exams. We shall get straight back into it. And in today's episode we are building the cougar habitats. So there has been a slight change of plans, but I'll go about that later on in today's video. Let's go into the story. So, Ashlynn Finch, our head zoo director facility, decided to scrap the other two jaguar habitats and decided to conserve and educate on more South American species found across the continent. A large plan has been developed by New Austin to add 6 new species, including the cougar, to the mix. These are, of course, found in the America's Animal Pack in Planet Zoo. Now that's out the way, I just wanted to quickly say I'm sorry it's been so long. I've just been super busy. We've been on holiday, I've had exams, and all the shabam. So, yeah, it's been a lot. And Planet Zoo, in the meantime, decided to release 2 new animal packs. So now I've got to catch up. Sadly, the Asia animal pack isn't in line with my plan, so I'm going to have to do that ages away now, which is a shame. However, I still have to finish this zoo, and the America's Animal Pack was the most perfect addition, so I've had to scrap the other 2 jaguar habitats, and we're going to add most of them, except I think it's like the Greater Rhea, so except that one, I can fit them all in. So I've definitely extended this series a whole lot more because of that, but you should see a lot more videos coming up as I have broken up, so yeah, you'll see a lot more coming out now. And don't worry, I still got my Cougar Facts ready for later on in the episode. So when I jump back in, I did want to make sure that the cougar habitat did use some of the America Animal Pack pieces. I'm not going to add all of the pieces to the rest of the park, or the zoo, I mean, just because I feel like it would be more individualised if it was just to this area, as some of the zoo is feeling a bit the same now. So this is the part where I need to switch up, make it a bit more colourful and stuff. So yeah, so it's going to look really good, I think, and really colourful, this area. So I've started off with this tunnel and the waterfall. This is going to take you to sort of like a, I'm not too sure what it's called yet, but I want it to be like the tree of life sort of thing, where you go underneath this big tree and you can see all the animals around you, like a glass dome. You know when you go glass tunnel on the fish? I want it to feel a bit like that. But yeah, it's quite difficult to get that effect in this game, as the animals' traversable area is terrible, but we'll see how we get along, I think. And again, for those that want to be named after any animals, be sure to leave a comment on this video. And we have got, I think we've still got 2 cougars. I don't know if it's 1 or 2, I can't remember how many I put in now. So yeah, if you want to be named after a cougar or any other animal in a park, do let me know and I can do that straight away. Right, talking about the 2 new packs Planet Zoo has released, they are the Asia Animal Pack and the America's Animal Pack. I didn't realise they were even going to release one after the Zookeepers, let alone 2, so I'm quite shocked about that. I feel like Asia Animal Pack could be the last one. If it's not the last one, the one after that is it's got to be like Arctic themed or something, because if it's not, then I don't know what on earth they're going to do, because they've practically done everything, I would say, near enough, except that. Obviously not the birds or the aquatics, but that's obviously for Planet Zoo 2, we all know that. And I reckon Planet Zoo 2 is coming out next year, so we've still got a long time before that. But yeah, so the Asia Animal Pack recently came out. I'm pretty sure that's the one with like the honey badger, lion-tailed macaque, and all that, and also the pygmy elephant, which is really cool. Sadly, I'm not gonna, as I said, I'm not doing an Asia-themed zoo next, because as I said, I'm doing the sort of continental zoos at the minute. So sadly, Asia is not my next one. I'm not going to say what my next one is, it's still a surprise, but now you know it's not Asia. So maybe the one after that can be Asia, because I did always want to do that, and that would sound like a pretty fun zoo actually. I'm a bit gutted I can't do it now it's come out. But the Zookeeper's Animal Pack did bring a new life to what I want to do. That's a hint as well. But yeah, so when it comes to that, you will see me do a new series, which is going to be really fun, but also I think it's going to be quite challenging, because I'm not going to spoil it anymore. Right, so also I wanted to list out some of my cougar facts before I forget, because I know what I'm like. So I did want to just quickly start off with the cougars hold the world record for the most names of any wild animal, which is over 40. which is from mountain lion, puma, panther, catamount, all these, but they're all part of the same species, and they are found in such a wide range from the Canadian Yukon all the way to the southern tip of the Andes, and of course in the rainforest of Brazil as well, which basically means they are the largest range of any wildcat. I don't know if it's any wildcat or just in the Americas. It's a little bit tit for tat along other species, but I think they are, because they obviously range from rainforests to mountains and cold climates and all that, which is pretty impressive for just one cat. And they have not changed, they don't have different appearances, although the ones in the rainforests are not studied or anything like that. Even though they look like leopards and lions, sort of as a big cat, they aren't technically a true big cat, as they're part of the small cat family, which means they can only purr, but they can't do that roar that you hear lions do and stuff like that, which is quite cute because they are still big, a big fluffy cat at the end of the day. And cougars are built for power. They can leap over 18 feet vertically and up to 40 feet horizontally. And that's basically if you were to jump over a school bus for those Americans, and also I guess just a normal bus for us Brits and the rest of the world. As I said, they are quite solitary and secretive. They're not very studied in the wild. So they sort of live by themselves with this massive territory, and they only meet together for mating, and then the females bugger off and then raise the cubs by themselves, which is quite interesting. Like most of the cats, their tail is a built-in balancer. It's very long and muscular, but it's not just for looks. It helps them sort of keep in balance when they're sort of climbing and running and all sorts. They do lots of things like that. And obviously when they're chasing things, it helps keep them in sort of a very close to the prey. They are counted as apex predators in the America because they have been known to sometimes compete with the bears and wolves, and also parts of South America they do challenge the jaguars, which very rarely, but they mostly avoid confrontation because they prefer stealth over strength. They also are crepuscular, which means they're active at night. Not night, dawn and dusk, which is kind of like twilight hours. And this means their night vision is 6 times better than ours, which helps them stalk in that low light region. I'd imagine they still come out at day and night. They just decide to sort of come out more at those times, and you see most of them during those times. The funny thing is that when they do try to roar, rather than it just actually being a purr, they make this sort of scream noise. It's kind of scary, and it can, if you ever hike and camp in the America, you do have to be a bit wary if you hear that noise because it is quite scary. But just know it's a cougar and not actually someone screaming out for help. So yeah. Also one of the rarest species, or sort of subspecies of the cougar, they are known as the Florida panther, which is another nickname, and they live in Florida. And they were sort of extinct as they got hunted, but now they're more common, still rare, but they still live there. It's just a little bit of a rare sight nowadays. As I did mention then, the threats to their survival in the wild, and in 2001 statistics, provided from sort of hunting permits across America, it said that 2,100 cougars are still being killed each year. This figure doesn't obviously include all the cougars killed by hunters because some may not have licenses or report their kills, which is quite sad. And in fact, that's their main threat, is the hunters, and less than 3% of the American population are hunters, and they kill over 100 million animals a year for sport. I don't know if that's just Americans or world, that's just the statistic I found from 2001. And while people do think they shouldn't be kept in zoos, which I have seen quite a lot of forums saying that, they are very good at keeping education and stuff like that. It's good to have people realise the animals within their environment and not also the outside environment. Helps educate them on how to protect them, how to protect yourself and stuff like that. So it makes hunting less likely for sports as well, which I think most people in this sort of mindset can agree that hunting is probably not the best sport and not the greatest in terms of conservation, obviously. So boo-boo for that, people that do that, but hey-ho, some people like doing it anyways. And I'll have a quick chat about the future of this channel. So, I have tried to spread over to different games and stuff like that, like the Minecraft series that I wanted to start, and also I did the Planet Coaster 2 as well. I was going to continue that, but I feel like right now I wanted to focus on getting Planet Zoo finished so I can start the next sort of series and going, because this is obviously my main focus of the channel. So I was just going to finish this zoo and then start the next series, and then if I feel like it, I will start the other series, like the Planet Coaster 2 one for sure, and maybe the Minecraft one. That one did get a lot of support, so maybe I'll return to it one day. Also, if anyone wanted to help me out, the next video, I'll give you a little teaser, I am going to build for the... Well, I was going to build for the coyote, but I've decided to build for the bush dog, and I'm thinking of mixing them with the white Saki monkey. Not fully mixing, but sort of an area where the white Saki monkey can go within with the bush dogs. So they've got their own area and they can come over to the bush dog area. However, I'm not too sure whether people would think the bush dogs wouldn't like it, or if anyone knows any zoos that mix them together, or the bush dogs with monkeys and primates. I know the bush dogs are water, so very aquatic, and they ground dwellers sort of, so they're not going to climb up in the trees like the monkeys. But I don't know if it's too dangerous, especially because they're not going to have a house or anything like that. So do let me know your opinion on that and see if you think that's, well, number one, ethical, and number two, good for their welfare. So now we're reaching the end of today's video. Thank you for watching, and I will definitely be posting more videos within the future. I'm thinking of maybe doing definitely one every week at the moment, because I need to sort of catch up, because I have neglected this channel for a little bit too long, I feel like. But now I'm back in the rota, I have more time to sort of film and build more habitats. So I will see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye bye.